Hold on, you must have probably heard this 1,000 times, but I'm here to tell you a story, and this story is going to enlighten you because it talks about smallness. Lots of people have small mentality and they do not know how to deal with it. You might have that same mentality and you do not know how to deal with it. So there's this guy called Peter. He's a man that worked with a man that is called Jesus Christ. So he worked with Jesus Christ for probably 3.5 years. But there was something wrong with Peter. Peter had a small mind. He did not know how to understand the things that this man was talking, because this man is called Rabbi. In fact, it was his teacher. So he was listening to his rabbi and he needed to understand a whole lot of things. But it came a time where the rabbi was going to be taken away from Peter, and Peter still needed to understand the kind of things he needed to do. Mind you, Peter was a fisherman. So how is Peter going to deal with smallness now that his rabbi is gone away from him? A certain time came where his brother was kidnapped and killed by a king called Herod. And when King Herod saw that this was amazing what he had done to his brother called James, he went straight up to capture Peter. So when he captured Peter, I just want to give you this illustration. It's going to help you out. So when he captured Peter, Peter was in prison. Now, this is where the context comes in. That, you see, for you to make a man small, it is how much of the information you feed that man. And I just want to give you a different view. I know you have had this 1,000 times, but this view I'm about to present to you, it talks a little more on the spiritual side of it. And that's the side you and I ignore the most. You see, we try to put psychology and logic together and try to fix our problems, but it doesn't work that way. King Herod captured Peter, put him in a prison. And guess what happens? The angel of the Lord came to deliver Peter. You have to understand that the prison is the conditioning of a man's mind. Peter got delivered from a small mind. How did he get delivered from a small mind all of a sudden with this short story I've told you? Well, it is because he understood spirituality, at least. Now, Peter was supposed to be killed the next day, and he was sleeping in the prison. You see, the concept of spirituality is that how can a man find comfort in the presence of storms? So you have to understand that the prison is the conditioning of the man's mind. What you feed the man over time to tell him it is possible for him to be bound. And the chains on his hands is also the man's mind, telling him it is impossible for you to come out of this situation. Meanwhile, when the angel of the Lord entered the prison, the angel of the Lord touched Peter and the chains fell off. They went through the first gate, the second gate, the third gate, until they went through the gates that was leading to the city. And guess what? The gates were all opening on their own accord. You see, you do not have the power to alter your reality by logic and mere understanding, but you have the power to alter and bend reality and make logic cry. You're going to make it cry. It goes suffer for your hand. You can make it suffer by adding spirituality, something that questions naturality, something that scientists and everybody is going to argue about. How was Peter able to escape the small mentality? The small mentality there is a case study of saying Peter is inside a prison and he is in chains. What took him there is his belief. What he was believing, and all he believed was his rabbi, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I want you to believe that same rabbi, because that's the only way out, and that's the only way out for you to beat the matrix, for you to escape the matrix, for you to become a part of a society, something so powerful, and it's called Christianity. Decide today to free yourself from the small mentality, from the small mind.